pretty sure the yeah, is it on? I'm pretty sure the mic should be working. Sure. Yeah. All right. Mic is working. As you can see, oh wait, I forgot. Boy, finally got some drip. Um, got this chain right here with the little pendant. I've been waiting for this pendant for a long ass time, bro. Like almost a whole month, but finally arrived and looks great. Also got myself some rings. You know, trying to fashion max so I could pull some hoes. Um, I don't think I'll be able to pull hoes because I don't even go out, and I am socially awkward as fuck. I am very awkward in person. So if you do ever like meet me in real life, just come up to me. I would talk to you. It's gonna be very awkward. Not gonna be the same thing as online. But I wouldn't mind. I mean, one day if I get to meet people when they come up to me, I'll talk to you guys, chilling, doing whatever. But enough of that. Um, you can see this stream is gonna be a little different. I don't feel like playing Persona right today. I might play it. I'm gonna play tomorrow. And the reason is I just witnessed one of the most horrendous games in terms of performance for Argentina that I've ever seen in a World Cup final. That doesn't take away the work that Spain put in, because oh my goodness, was Spain playing? Spain was playing some phenomenal, back to their roots, tiki taka. Beautiful, beautiful game from Spain, and well deserved. Even though I am a Messi fan and I was rooting for Messi and I wanted them to win. Oh my God, Spain played their balls off and they deserved that win, guaranteed. There's no debate. And also, I'm a Barca fan. Been a Barca fan ever since I was a kid. So, at the end of the day, it was kind of like a win, kind of a win, and kind of a loss at the same time. Got to see Jamal play a lot better today. He played a lot better today compared to before when in the other matches, ghosting a little bit. But he did show up this time. He did show up this time. Um, I was very shocked to see that Torres managed to put in a banger of a goal that reminded me of Wolves versus, I forgot who Wolves was going up against. Oh my God, it reminded me of that exact moment. It was just a from a mid-ass player like Torres. It was a beautiful goal to get Spain the World Cup. Um, and then Argentina just ghosted. I thought the clutch factor was gonna be there for Argentina. It was not there. They were playing like straight hot trash. I was very shocked. The only person that was actually performing and literally set a record was was I forgot his damn name. I forgot his name. It was Debo. Yeah, Debo. Debo was the only one in that team that had the whole team on his shoulder. If it wasn't for Debo, if it would have been another goalkeeper, it would have been at least 4-0, 4-0. It would have been way worse of a match for Argentina. Way more embarrassing loss for Argentina if it wasn't for Debo. Honestly, I turned off the game when I saw Spain win. Um, but nonetheless, it does not take away from the fact that I got to see 2018 Messi on that pitch, bro. Maybe not today in this final, but over on the World Cup, seeing Messi play, it was. It was such a beautiful game, man. Oh my god. My I remember turning on the TV the first time. Well, not the first time, but I turned on the TV. It was a small ass little TV, like the size of my monitor, probably even smaller, I think. I remember turning on the TV and I randomly stumbled upon a match of Barcelona. I forgot who Barca was playing at the time. This was a long time ago. I just remember seeing, I just remember seeing Barca playing, and then out of nowhere, Messi touched that ball, and oh my God, was he! And ever since I laid my eyes on Messi that day, I was a kid. I've I've been a fan ever since. But then once I saw him, I remember seeing him go into the 2014 World Cup, playing how he was playing, then then Argentina making it to the finals. I remember I was watching the finals with my family. It was Germany versus Argentina, man. Mm. Such a beautiful game. I can't, I don't remember the full thing, but I remember one goal in the 90th minute. I think I know it was like damn near over. I know that match was damn near over. And then who was that thing? Well, it was somebody with the G. I believe not a LARP, not a LARP. I watched this game. I remember I watched this game. I know I watched it because I busted my ass on a bicycle when I was watching the game. Before watching the game, I went in and I was limping in and I went to watch it. But anyways, I remember watching that. I saw Messi lose his opportunity there. And then I remember watching him later on lose to Chile in the Copa Americas. And then from there, I watched this man come up on the rise again, winning the Copa America. Mind you, this man was being hated for not being able to take his team to a champion to win a title in the international level. He's being hated on by everybody. And then once he got the titles, he started getting the titles. He got the Copa America. Then people were starting to switch up on his ass, like always, always, bro. And it was always from even in Barca, they switched up on his ass because he had to carry a trash ass Barca. Not they weren't even that trash. It was just the incompetence of the damn players. That how the hell are you getting paid millions of dollars? You're playing like straight hot trash. And you have to be carried on the back of a guy. And you call yourself a fucking footballer, and you get carried by a guy all the way to the league finals and still lose. Still not waking up to the reality. I mean, money does blind people, man. Money does get to people. But I remember watching him. I remember watching him when Barca was on the downfall. Then he won a PSG. He put up to PSG again, and then he left PSG, and then whatever that happened. We're going back to the international level. Remember him actually winning the Copa America, and then 2022 World Cup comes around, and oh my God, no, actually 2018 World Cup loses the chance in the finals because of Mbappe. Mbappe, that was a hell of a match. That was a hell of a game from Mbappe. I remember watching him in 2022. No, 2018. My bad. 2018. Um, but then 2022 comes around, and this man Messi comes and clutches for his team. And then now we're we're here now in the 2026 World Cup. All I gotta say is, how in the hell do you have a 39-year-old man who's already on the brink of retirement? I'm pretty sure he's not gonna play in the international. I mean, he might play some friendlies after, but World Cup wise, or even Copa America wise, or yeah, I'm pretty sure he's retiring. But a guy that's on the brink of retirement, 39 years old, you are relying on a 39-year-old man. Mind you, you get paid millions of dollars at the club level, and you're getting major bonuses on the international level, and you're playing like hot trash in the finals. How does that happen? And then not only that, but ghost the whole squad ghosts in the damn finals being carried by a damn goalkeeper that plays for who does he play for? I think like I'm pretty sure he plays. Let me see, bro. I'm pretty sure he plays in the. I'm pretty sure this man plays in like Ashton Villa. Where the hell does this man play, bro? Yeah, Aston Villa. Aston Villa, a mid-tier Premier League team. You get carried by him. I just can't believe it. I just can't believe it. Oh, we're all gonna play for Messi. Oh, we're all gonna die for Messi. That's not what we saw today on that pitch. We did not see a team that wanted to die for Messi. And we're never gonna see that again because Messi's never coming back on that pitch. From now on, Argentina is gonna be like a round of 16, maybe a quarter finalists, and that's it. That's as far as Argentina is gonna go from now on. I'm pretty sure next World Cup is gonna be Spain. It's gonna be Spain. Spain versus I'd probably say Spain versus England. I'm not gonna lie. Spain versus England, or yeah, I think Spain versus England. That will be the next World Cup final right there. Spain versus England. England, they played like straight hot trash too. And then France was a major disappointment. See, that's the only thing about France is that most of their players, like half of their squad, are straight strikers. So you really can't have a solid midfield. And then and since they're so damn offensive, they're like offensive minded. They really don't guard back as well as they did, and that's why Spain got the drop on them in that match. That was a beautiful game from Spain. Honestly, Spain had a beautiful run in this World Cup. Spain had a beautiful run in this World Cup. Um, the midfield from Spain was what got them as well to the finals. And then Mid Torres came in with a banger to finish it off, to seal the deal. And I'm not gonna lie, it was one of the best World Cups I've watched yet. I mean, we only watched three World Cups, or four of them: 2014, 2018, 2022, then this one. But all I could say is that I'd probably root for Spain next World Cup, mostly because they're because of the play style and Lamine Yamal. Seeing that man play in Barca and then seeing him play now. Also, Norway. Yeah, Norway just came up to mind. Holland, he was a little bit overglazed, and then that one topic of issue that all these damn stupid ass larpers bring up is Sorloth incident, where it's like Sorloth was being greedy as hell and or whatever. At that time, it was way. I think it was just way too fast. Everything went by way too fast. Um, Sorloth being a striker that he is, I'm pretty sure he's a striker. I don't know, striker, winger, whatever. I'm pretty sure he's a striker for Bayern. I think yeah, he's a striker for Bayern. Yeah, sure he is. For whatever club he plays for. The time it was just a hit of the moment. He really couldn't see from the clips that I've seen from. All right, you know what? We could look at it right now. Let's look at it right now. Sorloth or Charlotte, Sorloth. So, yeah. See, they they already got this man on fraud watch already. We know. Art, art. This is debate. This is debate, and this is the issue at hand. We have Stones giving good coverage right here. Well, it's not even that great of coverage because he has to stop by. He wouldn't have enough time. The best he could do is do what he's doing, which is just coverage. But Sorloth, let's see, he does have the opportunity to pass it, to through ball it to Holland, and Holland could have shot it. That is true. All right, let's see if we can get another angle. And that's the thing too. I'm pretty sure this man could have just ran it and just threw balled it forward, and then Holland with Holland's speed, Holland would have been able to catch that ball and tap it in, tap it in like he always does, literally. But he didn't do that. No, you know what? No, Sorloth this sell that match. Sorloth did sell that match, but it wasn't because of greed. It was just it was by technical mistake. All these damn larpers that trying to come up with some book talk bullshit. No, bro. It was just an error in the moment. The guy just thought he believed that the best chance possible that he had was just to go in because he has that striker mentality and he has the ability to put the ball in. He can put the ball in. That's why he took that shot. But um I really can't say much because the team itself is so ass. I have no hope for the team that I don't even root for my team, bro. My team is straight hot trash. And I am not gonna mention that team. You guys could figure it out by yourselves. But I am not gonna mention the team that I support that well I kind of do support it at the end of the day. I do have that slight slimmer of hope for my own team. But every time I watch them, I'm reminded of just how unfortunate I was to be born under the nationality and the association that's associated with my nationality, and the absolute disgrace that they are as well, and absolute trash that they are as well. Um, I'm not gonna mention her name. I am not gonna talk about it anymore because just thinking about it is pissing me off. If anything, I myself would strap on the boots and I'd probably perform better than at least two of them at minimum. Well, not world class, but I would say professional ballers that get paid. They get paid like I'm not even gonna mention the pay amount because then somebody's gonna be able to think about somebody's gonna be able to find the team out. So I am not even gonna talk about pay or anything like that because I did the research and but all I can say is that they're just straight hot trash. I just hate them. You know what? I hate them. It's a love and hate relationship with them. Um, but let's see what else. What else about this World Cup can we take away? All the larpers that everybody. I mean, look. In the terms of LARPing and what the larpers, it's a good and bad thing because, of course, you get exposure from soccer. Well, football is being exposed to the American to everybody around the world, and I'm pretty sure a lot more new people tuned in into this World Cup, which is a good thing. It's a good thing that the sport is going to be able to grow, especially in America, because we really do need it. Our system that we have is straight up trash as well. Our from the top to the lowest level, it's all trash, and it needs a reform. And I hope that with the performance that the USA team put on in this World Cup, should be an eye-opening experience for many, many, many clubs and managers and people as well that we have we have the ability to make players that could play better if we can implement a system that's not the current system that we have, which is this pay to win system or this pay to play system that we have from the top to the lowest. How the MLS itself has no type of regulation. All the other teams, well, the smaller leagues, they don't have much potential either as well. But I'm pretty sure that should be an eye-opening sentiment for the U.S. Um, and a very humbling one at best too from that performance against Belgium. Oh my I don't know what happened to the US team. It's like this one video that I saw, man. It was like if you put no disrespect, but it's like if you put 11 blind people on the pitch and you told them to try to go and get the ball with sonar detection. That's just how it is. That's just how it was. The goalkeeper trash. I don't even know the guy's name. I don't even care about the guy's name. Everybody there was trash. Pulisic ghosted. Actually, worse than ghost. He actually absolutely sold. Where was Captain America in that match? Nowhere to be seen. Um, and then on the Belgian side, they got their get back from all the disrespect that they're getting and all the hate that they were getting. Being criminally underrated. I'm not gonna lie, I was putting them below. I already knew they were gonna win, but I thought it was gonna be a tough match for Belgium. But it turns out it was just another day. It was just another day going up against a team like I don't even know, Everton or something, like Everton or something. Um, the one of the most controversial matches in the World Cup. Let's talk about it. The Argentinian versus Egyptians. Argent, Argentina versus Egypt. There was some bad refereeing in that match. I would agree on that. Was some very questionable calls, very questionable decisions on both parts, both on the Egyptian side and both on the Argentinian side. However, that goes to say that how in the actual hell do you manage to concede 3 goals, 3 goals in the span of 15 to 18 minutes? Taking aside all the refereeing, all the factors out, and we're just putting straight football, straight playing and strategizing, straight strategies and technique, everything and of that sort. How in the hell do you concede 3 goals? You're up 0-2 up against the previous reigning champions of the world. You could have made a name for yourself being the team, the underdog that took out the reigning champions of the world. And all you had to do was literally park the bus, play some haram ball, and have 11 center backs in the back and just hold out as much as you can for 15, 18 minutes. But what does this Egyptian manager do? What does this absolute idiot do? Instead of subbing in fresh at least midfielders and fullbacks and center backs, he decides to put in like 2 strikers, and he does some questionable plays. and then proceeds to say that the game is rigged. How is the game rigged when you yourself caused the downfall of your own nation, being 0-2, and all it took was 15 to 20 minutes to hold out up against a team that was the reigning champions in the previous World Cup and number one in the FIFA rankings? And you saw that. How do you do that? That's a failure on the part of the coach, the the analyst that he has on his team. That's all. That's all you can say, man. That's all you can say. Of course, the game, you could have, even if you won that game, you could still say, all right, the game was rigged, but at least we won it. We won it at least 1-2. At least you conceded one goal. Hey, you conceded one goal, and you won up against the reigning champions of the world. But what do you do? What did you do, Egypt? Tell me, what did you do? You conceded three goals. Three goals. Oh, how is that possible? And then you want to say the game is rigged. You want to say the game is rigged, but you yourself conceded three goals. I just can't wrap my head around that. I just can't. It's unbelievable. But that's all I can say about that game. I mean, Egypt sold that. Egypt deserved to lose that game. 100% deserved to lose that game. And there's nothing you can say about it. As much as you can say that the game is rigged, the game is whatever, you were up 2-0 on the 80th minute, 81st minute, and you sold that. Sold that in like 15 to 18 minutes. You sold that. That's on you. You gotta accept it, move on, and next World Cup, do better. That's all you can do. Um the one match that did surprise me a lot was the Cabo Verde versus Argentina. Oh, that was such a beautiful game. That was such a game. Oh Jesus! For being your first World Cup run, Cabo Verde, they they deserve they deserve all the praise, and they have a bright future ahead of them for sure. 1,000%. If they continue playing how they play and improve, they'll get far. They'll get far. Um, that absolute banger of a goal. I forget. I don't know the guy's name, sadly, but oh God, when I watched that goal, I wasn't even mad. I was like, whoa! I was shocked. I was shocked seeing that goal from the guy, and I was honestly very happy for him being able to equalize at that moment. But they sadly lost, and I wanted honestly if they made it past Argentina, they would have they had the chance to go on to even like I don't even know where. But um honestly I didn't watch the full game, so I really can't say nothing about the refereeing. Do hear that did hear that there was some questionable calls in that game. I was only able to watch it from like second half, late second half into overtime. That's about it. So I really can't comment too much about the game. All I can say is that Cabo Verde, I've seen their previous games as well. They were playing really beautifully, even though people were saying that they were playing Haram Bar or whatever. Doesn't take away from the fact that they were holding themselves, they were holding against absolute giants. Supposedly everybody was saying that they were gonna be murdered, that they felt pity for a team that it was their first time in the World Cup and they were put in the group stage that they were put in, but they shocked the world, shocked everybody. They shocked me as well, and I'm very happy for them. And I hope that they have, and they will, they will have a bright future ahead of them, and I'll be rooting for them in the World Cup and in their Af and in the Afghan Um, the Af and there and also in the Afghan Cup as well. Um, what other matches did I see? What other matches? I know I've seen some World Cup. I know I've seen some matches. I did miss out on a few because of work and stuff. Um, Germany, the absolute disappointment that I felt. I mean, I should have seen it coming. They had it in the 2022 World Cup. They had it in the 2018 World Cup. Ever since, ever since after the 2014 World Cup, ever since after that one, bro, they just fell off. They went from instead of doing a slight decline, and just maybe like plateauing a bit and just staying steady. No, they went from up to down, straight to the goddamn floor. They have the superstars, they have the players, they have the players, and they could even win. Oh, they could even I want to say win a World Cup, but get further than whatever the hell this is. Round of 32, and you lose to Paraguay. You lose to the racist country of Paraguay. Well, I want to say no, no. You know what? Let me not say that. To the disrespectful country of Paraguay. I'll just put it at that. How in the hell do you lose when you got players from the Bundesliga, PSG? You got players. You got a player in Real Madrid. You got them in La Liga. You got them in the highest. You got them in the highest leagues in the world. And this is the performance that you put on for your nation. My, it all goes back to you get paid millions of dollars to play and kick a goddamn ball with some flair and some creativity. You get paid millions of dollars. You play in the best leagues. You got the best doctors. You got the best therapists, the best trainers, the best chefs in the world that will cater to you and give you every little nutrient, even to the micro unit that you need to perform. And this is what you do. This is the performance you put up. I mean, it all started in the 2018 World Cup when they lost to South Korea and then they lost to Mexico. That should have been like an eye opener for them, and then they could have stepped it up in the 2022 World Cup. But let's see what they did in the 2022 World Cup. Honestly, their run in the 22 World Cup was so bad. I don't even remember what the hell how far they got in the 2022 World Cup. Let's see. Uh, Knockout stage. Let's see. Holy fucking shit! They didn't even make it to the round of 16. In the 2022 World Cup. These bastards did not make it to the round of 16. And in this year, if we didn't have the round of 32 this year in this World Cup, Germany wouldn't even have made it to the round of 30, the round of 16 either. These absolute trash bags, this sorry excuse of superstars, can't even play ball for their nation. You go from being one of the most feared nations, having the best ballers in the and all the way back then, and all the way up to the early 2010s. I remember watching them literally from 2014. I've been a fan of Germany. Been watching their players and everything, and absolute absolute disgrace. When I was shocked when they lost, the way they lost in the 2018 World Cup, and then the 2020 World Cup. I honestly didn't even, I don't even know. I didn't even give a shit. I forgot. I forgot about the run they had. I forgot about the run they had. Yeah, absolute disgrace, bro. One win, one loss, and one draw from Germany. Um, they tied with Spain. I mean, of course, Costa Rica is also pretty ass, but I'm gonna say I can't even. I honestly I can't even talk that much about teams because the only teams that that are like for my nationality would be the U.S. and I am not gonna name the other team either because that's just I'm not gonna get. I don't want to deal with I don't want to deal with being shitted on because of the other team. Absolute sad, absolute disgrace. Maybe I'll do a review next time, whatever. But for now, I am not gonna say it. Never will for now. No matter how much it could be, you could have Suki Melo in front of me, and I am not. I still wouldn't say that. I still wouldn't even tell my team. But I mean, absolute disgraceful run from Germany. Absolute disgrace. Um, Canada, another overrated team. People, I mean, Canada have always been trash. Well, they were pretty good, but this World Cup they were trash. Um, Morocco did a pretty. They had a pretty solid run, but they decided to play haram ball with France, which was a very pretty much you couldn't do anything against. And Portugal. Oh my God! When I saw how Cristiano was playing, man, it just brought happiness. The amount of my hate watching Portugal, it was just it was another worldly experience. It's like if you're just gooning, gooning. Got that one video you've been looking for because you remember it the last time that you gooned, and then you forgot about it for a while, and then out of nowhere the video just pops up in your head, and you're like, whoa! Then you just whip out the old pecker, start winking that shit. And you see that, and you're like, oh my! And you just start edging yourself. Then as soon as you can't hold it in, bro, you just one last attempt, desperate attempt of holding it in, and then you over the place. Let it go. That's how it felt. That's how it felt watching Portugal. Oh my god, I loved the hate watch Portugal. Cristiano Ronaldo, you're an absolute disgrace. You're an absolute ass can. Get the hell out of here. And you'll always be, look, despite everything that I'm saying, I do respect Ronaldo. Ronaldo is, I'm pretty sure it's going to be a very, very long time that somebody will even, even like scratch Ronaldo. But, and this is a heavy but nobody ever come close to the level that Messi's at, bro. Messi is like football incarnated. In this World Cup, it was like if football manifested itself in a physical form and just blessed every single person in the pitch. And we saw it. And we literally saw his blessing when he in his younger form when football by chance. It was like if football itself just like brought both Messi and Lamine Yamal by by football just influenced everything and brought them into that one moment where football wanted Messi to bless Yamal with his. It was like at that point it was soul transfer. Messi transferred his soul to Yamal, and then Yamal went on to be one of really, really like damn near Messi level, if not probably the same when Messi was 19. And then, or even I'd say probably even better. Honestly, I'd probably say even better than Messi when he was 19. It just goes to show that football itself just manifested itself onto Messi, and through Messi just blessed Yamal, so that Yamal could be the next vessel for the spirit of football itself. No, this is not any kind of this is not glazing. I'm not glazing. I'm just saying that what it is. This is not glazing, by the way. And from what we saw today was the completion of the soul transfer that was commenced all the way back in, I believe, 2007. So from the course of 2007 to 2026, football was allowing Yamal to get ready, allowing Yamal to train, allowing him to get to the a certain level so that he could be strong enough to receive the transfer of football itself from Messi to Yamal. And that's what we're gonna see. That's what we saw today. And it's like some Attack on Titan bullshit. We literally just witnessed some Attack on Titan bullshit. It's not coincidental. It's football itself. It's football. And football came and just manifested itself onto Messi. Messi had a beautiful run. Messi is the greatest. And we're gonna see that with Yamal. We should see that with him. I mean, it was a completion of a transfer. It's a completion of a transfer that was commenced back all the way 19 years ago. And it's not coincidental that 19 years later, on the 19th of July, 2026, 19 years later, Yamal with the number 19. Everything comes from that number 19. It is not coincidental that that football came and blessed itself, finally blessed Yamal today. That's what we're gonna see. If Yamal locks in and he doesn't get any kind of pelvic injury after, but I'm not glazing, bro. Messi is football, and he passed that on to Yamal, not to Mid Torres. I mean, that absolute bum of a player, but I mean, he he put in a banger. What can you say? At least he's gone for Barca. Um, but that's all I can say, man. It's the truth. It's the truth, man. Messi, oh man, bro. It's like it just almost brings me to tears when I talk about him. Like I'd never glaze a man unless it's Messi. That's that. I just don't have words to explain it. It's like It's like I'm just a follower of him. I think I would. I think I'm going to hell, especially from what I'm saying, because I am technically blaspheming, but I am not a Christian. I shouldn't worry about that. But hopefully, uh, it was a, it was hopefully Jamal could not he doesn't need to be messy. He just I just hope that he achieves great things later on in his career, and that he could become the player that everybody sees the potential that he could become. Hopefully, he doesn't continue partying and getting pelvic injuries all of a sudden. Um, and then for Messi, it was just a beautiful, beautiful run. It was honestly, I've been watching him play ever since I was like 10. Been watching him ever since I was a kid, man. He's inspired me a lot to and whatever, no matter what the circumstances are, no matter what disadvantages you have in your life, no matter the situation that you're in, as long as you're able to at least try to, because at the end of the day, even if you try, bro, it's gonna get to a point where it just comes. Like if you just like, let's say you're striving to be smarter every day and you want to get to a certain career, if you just strive to be better, if you strive every day towards that goal, it has to come to it has to come to fruition. It has to. Some shape or form. And if it isn't, it doesn't even need to be that goal because then it could just expand to something else that you never even knew it could. And that's what me seeing Messi, I mean, seeing him play how he is, being slandered online, being slandered by the media, being called a fraud because he had no international um achievements, and then seeing him suffer as well in the club level afterwards when Neymar and Suarez and most of the squad wasn't there after, and he had to carry them in the back on his back. Even through all of that, he was able to manage. He literally quit. I mean, the guy literally quit on the international level after he lost the Copa America, but then he came back, came back, and he had that goal set in stone in his mind. Look where he's at, carrying his squad full of bums back to the finals again. And I'm not even mad about them losing today. It was just a phenomenal. It was just phenomenal. But honestly, this was amazing World Cup. I hope that the future World Cups could be like this or even better. That's what I could say about this World Cup, and hopefully, hopefully, my nation could qualify because they're expanding it to 64, or at least I bet that's what I've heard, or there's rumors. But even if they do that, I'm pretty sure my nation would find some way to be some actual frauds and not make it. I swear. I swear, bro. If my nation doesn't make it to the next World Cup, I'm gonna renounce my nationality. I'm gonna just say I'm American. I'm a full blown. I'm gonna just say I'm a full blown Mexican, bro. I am done. I am done supporting my nation. Well, no, I'm not gonna say that. I'm just done, bro. My nation is straight trash. They weren't even in it. I don't even know why I'm talking about them. They're absolute ass. And I'm pretty sure I'm gonna die sometime. Like even on my deathbed, I'm gonna have my grandchildren. They're gonna be talking about some. Oh, they still haven't been able to make it out the group stages of the Copa America. It's just what it is. Um, I absolutely hate them, and I will always hate them. Even though if I want to love them, I will hate them. Now aside from the World Cup, I want to talk about something that I saw. Honestly, this live stream is a lot different from other previous ones because honestly, well, seeing honestly, I don't feel like playing Persona today. Um, I just don't have the energy, bro. After seeing my goat being eliminated like that, um, I just don't feel like playing. I'm gonna hop on Persona tomorrow. Don't worry, maybe around the same time tomorrow. Hopefully, we could advance way more. Cause oh my god, bro, because I've just been exploring way too much, and we actually need to finish that game before revival comes. and I'm actually trying to play Persona 5 and Persona 3. So hopefully we can advance and I can finish it in like a month. But by the way that I'm going, bro, I think I'm not even gonna finish it, bro, by like the end of summer, which is right around the corner. But um, let's see, see if we can find it here. Oh yeah, I mean, for you guys that are in the stream right now, this is my alt account. This isn't my actual account. Hmm. All right. Before I say something about this, I do want to have my stance out. I do want you guys to know what my stance is on religion, and to give you a bit of a backstory. I was I was a hardcore, and I mean a hardcore Christian. I was very religious, a hardcore religious guy. Um, to the point where I was part of a cult. I was and honestly, I feel like doing a deep dive, a rabbit hole, maybe like two live streams into what the cult that I was in. I think that would be pretty good to at least put it out there. Even though I'm a small, I barely even touch 10 viewers. But I really do want to shine a light on this cult because this cult has influenced so much in America, and I'm actually very surprised that it's not talked about as much. Seeing the impact that like most of the like a lot of the hardcore beliefs comes stems from the cult that I was in, and that was the I don't feel comfortable saying it um because of I am home. I am home, and I don't want people the people here to hear me, and so I'm gonna just type it out on the search bar. I just don't feel comfortable talking about it out loud right now. Um, but I'll type it out right now. And this is the code that I was part of. Oh damn, I misclicked. This one right here. So this is the one that I was a part of. I'm sorry if the mic is so close and it might be a little loud, but it's the only way I could talk about it, and I could feel a little bit safer talking about it at home. But this guy right here has influenced a lot of very hardcore beliefs that we have today, and I am very ashamed. And I honestly, I wish I could have learned about the deep, dark past and effects that this guy and his belief system had onto the world and onto many lives, including my life, and how negatively it's impacted me on my life as well. I think half of the issues that I have mentally stems from me being a part of this. A lot of my I've had very bad experiences to the point where you know what I'll just get into this kind of stuff later and later maybe in some other live stream where I do like a Q&A or a deep dive into my beliefs or just a general, just a general chat, like just chatting type, type of thing. But because of what I've learned from this, I decided, it's slowly snowballed into me becoming a atheist. I don't believe in anything no more, and that doesn't go to say that I don't I didn't take anything good from what I've learned from the Bible. I mean, there is some good stuff in it, but there's some very, very dark, disgusting things inside of it, and I am comfortable saying that now. But that's my stance on religion and my beliefs. Of course, just because I've had an experience doesn't mean that you've had the same one, and everybody is entitled to their own beliefs. Um, I just believe that there at least most of them shouldn't generally have a following or yeah, devote following because of the things that it's part of and it's influenced, But that's just me. What can I say? I mean, I can't. And this isn't me convincing you or others to quit or to stop believing what you believe in. You have the right to believe in what you believe in. At the end of the day, if I'm wrong, then I'm wrong, and if you're wrong, then you're wrong, and if we're both wrong, then we're both wrong. It's whatever. That's just my stance. So we could get back to the clip now that you guys know about my stance in this, or a general idea of what I believe and the stance I have. Yeah, I do agree with what she's saying. Um, Now there is, if you want to talk about your beliefs with somebody, there is ways to go about it without being disrespectful. It's just that most people, the things that is sad because the, there, there's a lot of people that want to talk about their belief systems, and they just don't know how to word it. They just don't know how to talk about it in a way where it isn't condescending or disrespectful to the person. And it's just the way that they themselves were I want to say brainwashed, but I say influenced to believe that that's the only way or like the best way to spread or to talk about the gospel in this case, or like any other belief system or most belief systems. I'm gonna just say most because of course there's a whole bunch, and I don't want to disrespect the belief systems, but in this case the gospel. And also I am in the US, so the majority of people do believe in Christianity and Catholicism. um there is a way of going about it. It's just that a lot of people are taught wrongfully to go about it. And honestly, it comes off as, even though if it's unintentional, it does come off as respectful, condescending. And that's why a lot of people from other religions and other viewpoints, they don't they don't like, or they start talking negatively about the gospel and Catholicism, all of associated with Jesus, Abrahamic religion, around that, because of the way that the people inside talk about it to others, and they try to express themselves. You know? So yeah, I mean, and that's also true as well. A personal experience that I had was, unfortunately, my family and I, we're not from like a financially stable background. You say that really, you can say that I'm dead broke, I'm broke as hell. Just that recently, I've steadily been in, my pay has been better, getting a little bit of some cash, money. But back then when I was in my late teens or my mid teens, um, that was a very, very rough patch in my life because of the situation I had, and because of how just overall how things were, everything about me. And I remember at that time I was still a devoted, very devoted Christian, very devoted, I'd say damn near brainwashed religious guy. I listen before you guys. This is the one thing I really do hate. I do hate hearing from Christians and people with beliefs is that you never believed God in the first place, Jesus, which is so messed up to say. Very disrespectful and very condescending. Because I remember at that time, all I could think about was Him. I was able to think about God. I was praying and praying on my knees, and the way that I was taught was that it was more so of a conversation with God and not begging for the situation. I know at that time I was a devoted follower. I would read the scriptures. I would always want to have conversations with God. I would barely even bring up the issues that I had. I was trying to look for something deeper meaning, deeper reason, trying to have a deeper connection overall with the person I believe in. I mean, but I just every time I tried to, I just never felt anything. Even as much as I want, as much as open as I was, you know, saying showing that saying that I am. That's another thing too. Well, you know what? Let me first finish this point, and then I'm gonna go into the point that I was just about to talk about. But also, but just just trying to have a deeper connection, deeper relationship with God, because we were taught, that He's the Father. He is our Father, God, and I tried that a lot of times, and it just never worked. There was nobody was there to answer my prayers on the other. Nothing. I had nobody there. And the only reason why I'm even here, I mean, ever since, or the only reason why I'm even here is because I myself got my ass up. I got myself up, and I decided to do change. I decided to change the situation that I was in, and thankfully I did that because I'm better off now than I was back then. In almost in every aspect of my life, I am way better off than how I was back then. And back then, I was a devoted follower. I was just there praying for an answer, wanting an answer from God Himself. Never got it. Um, it wasn't even for things that I was going through, I was suffering through. I just wanted something deeper, a deeper connection. And what scared me a lot at the time was that the way that the code taught us was that you don't have that, if you don't hear it, if you don't hear the voice, or if you don't feel connection, then that just means you're a child of the devil. And that's what always haunted me back then. Like, well, I'm trying, I want, I want the deeper connection. I want a deeper relationship. But why is there nothing there? Why? And before anybody says, "Oh, well, you were praying wrong, bro. You were doing this or wrong," no, bro. Like I wasn't. Doing, I was doing everything according to what supposedly the Bible says that you gotta do, and even ignoring the guy that the cult followed, even ignoring his teachings. Not that I mean ignoring that guy's belief, the guy's teachings is already blasphemy in of itself in the cult. But I threw that aside and I went just pure off the Bible. I read the examples. I was like, well, wow. I was looking for a way where I could have a deeper connection, but I just never had. It was never there. And it was until then. But even after, once I started changing, I started losing weight. My mental started looking for opportunities for better financial position, all that stuff. Even with all of that, I still believed that was God Himself. But in reality, it was just me actually doing something for myself. As selfish as that can sound, which is really not selfish because you're doing something to improve your situation, and it's something that you should don't. You don't need to wait around for some higher up being because there's nobody there that's going to be there except for you. If you're not there for yourself, then you're just going to be stuck in the same situation and same problems and same headspace that you're still in. If you're not there for yourself, then nobody's going to be there for you. You don't have, if you're not there for yourself, you're just not going to be there for yourself. You're just not going to get anywhere. You're not going to be able to finally have that step forward. Finally being able to start, even if it's a minor change, at least it's something. You know? And that's what happened to me, and that's what I learned. And now I'm here. Back then I would never would have dreamed to have jewelry that I wanted or being able to buy the things that I want or being able to help the people that I want to help. I would like if I were to tell myself the things that I have and the things that I've improved on now, and I went and told that to my younger self would have dropped on his knees and cried his ass off. Just unbelievable, and it's as corny as it sounds, bro. As corny as it sounds, you need to believe in yourself. And if once you do that, you'll be able to do whatever you want to do. You don't need to look for any type of external reason to do something or to even believe in yourself. You don't need to look towards somebody that's superior in your life. Well, I want to say superior. I'm like, somebody like, I don't know, your teacher or your parent or coach or something. You just gotta have yourself. Even as selfish as that sounds, it isn't selfish because if you don't have yourself, you're not gonna get anywhere. Like like you want to help somebody else, you gotta help yourself first. Just that's how it goes. This is something that I am guilty of. Especially, I'm not gonna be blaming the co. I should have known better. Should have known better. But didn't I just didn't pay attention to. I just didn't pay attention because I was being a dickhead. But um, yeah, it's a very misogynistic place, especially if you're in a hardcore religious belief. Oh my God, it is. Women, sadly, they have it bad. Sadly, women, they have to they get absolutely. I don't even know how to say it. The treatment that they get, it's horrendous, and it's sad because even today, even in today's day and age, it's still happening. Still happening. the misogyny in the religion is still very prevalent. I know in the cult that I was in, it was, I mean, it was glorified. Misogyny is glorified. Like in the cult that I was in, it was like if if you had a woman that was submitting to you and everything and doing all the dumb bullshit and the messed up shit, you were being praised because you were a man and you were a man of God and God was in there, you know, with you and your wife or with you and your wife and daughters and all. Very messed up. Very messed up. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. I am so sorry, God. Oh my goodness.
roles or roles in
Yo, I am so sorry. I am so sorry. I had you guys reading the subtitles. Oh, oh my God. All right, all right. You guys should be able to hear the videos now, clips and stuff. I hope you guys can hear my voice, even as messed up and nasty as it sounds, and at least and the clip.
general. Alongside that, with
Actually,
Adam and
let me
Eve,
see.
it portrays women as morally weak and sinful. On top of that, strict modesty rules regarding women, yet barely any for men. What? Seriously? Multiple entries include
Okay,
how women
yeah.
need to be modest and shouldn't tempt men, to be quiet and silenced, to cover up, and to follow orders. That's not right or humane. Speaking of humane, let's talk abortion. It is a woman's right to her bodily autonomy. It's her body, her choice. You wouldn't like it if other people got a say into what you were or weren't allowed to do with you body. Why should women get that? If a woman so chooses to abort the fetus in her uterus, let her. Christianity is highly against that. Now, let's see. Oh, there's enforcement on gender roles, such as men go to work and women clean and cook. Sound familiar? We've all heard them before. Go make me a sandwich, etc. Christianity
Yeah.
enforces those roles. There's so many more points I could make, but I want to keep this not extremely long. I think you get the idea, though.
Yeah, I mean that's very true. Like that goes back to the the misogynistic ideas that even now, as much as like they try to bury it down, it's still there. It's prevalent inside of it. I mean, and it's sad to see that women themselves they glorify the idea as well. 2026. I'm pretty sure education and we have so much stuff around and we have so much information that's available to us. Literally, for me, once one Google search changed my whole belief. One Google search and one link that I clicked changed everything that I saw. Because from there, it spiraled into a whole rabbit hole that I went deep, way too deep into. I'm not gonna lie, and it completely altered the way that I saw everything. That's how much information is. That's how easily you can access to learn so much, so much off of a simple Google search. You know what? I think maybe after like 2 or 3 Persona streams, I will or I might stream the rabbit hole or you know going deeper into what I was believing. Um, hopefully, hopefully, if I start posting clips about it, I don't get tracked. That's how deep it goes. That's how deep it goes. And I know, I mean, I already get slandered in real life because of me leaving that belief system behind. But I know if I post it and like by chance it goes viral, a lot of people that I know in my life might see that, and it it's gonna get bad. But honestly, I don't really care, bro, because it's something that should come out to the light. It's a very disgusting thing that should come out to the light, and I wouldn't mind going and researching it and like using my platform to root out stuff like that out and put it out in the light. It's like It's like putting a vampire out in the sun so it could disintegrate. That's how it is. I I think I might do that maybe in the future, sometime in the future. I'm gonna see how things go. Um, I I don't think it would do much because I'm just beginning out all that streaming and I just post dumb stuff. I don't expect too much out of it, but if it does somehow blow up, then I'd have to probably get strapped up. Probably have to get strapped up. I would put the lives of people I very close to me in danger, and then my own self in danger if I talk about it. But I don't. It's whatever, man. Not give a damn. I will not give a damn. Even though I am even though I post persona shit, I wouldn't mind having that coming out as well. Um, but that's something from the future. I kind of already did put it out there, but I probably won't even post clips about it, talking about that. But we'll see.
His fellow soldiers burned buildings. Armstrong.
I suppose.
You fought in the Clone Wars?
I was once a Jedi Knight, the same as your father.
It's just Mort's if he...
Everyone has a negative experience with Messi. I'll go first.
Okay, I'll go second because there's many. But one I remember vividly, 18.
Would you feel comfortable leaving your kids?
I'm like glitching right now.
I've been working out for 10...
We know nothing about our world or how we got here or how our ancestors... We know nothing about our world or how we got here or how our ancestors did things. School teaches us a history that they want us to buy into, but I just can't buy into the history that the school is teaching, okay? Imagine a cataclysmic event happen right now. A comet hits Earth. 10,000 years from now, people start to rebuild. And they find all of our cell phones and all of our computers, but there's no electricity, so they don't know how to turn them on. They have no proof that the internet exists. They can't see it. Think about the internet is not a tangible thing you can touch. It has got the most information of anything that's ever been created, and you physically can't see it unless you look at it on a screen of your computer or your phone. So say all of those went away. Future people would have no idea that we once had the internet. They couldn't see it. It's right there. It's floating around in the atmosphere around them. They have no way to tap into it, okay? What if ancient civilizations had different technology that we can't even fathom? We don't understand it. And the technology that we have today is the technology of electronics. And maybe they had technology of electromagnetism. They had technology of geothermal energy. We don't know.
I feel like at that point, bro, at that point, if old civilizations had that type of technology, those ramifications, we would be able to see it. We'd be able to see it. Come on, man. If you're able to have that kind of technology and you lose it throughout history, I'm pretty like like they're like what thousand plus years old. We managed to recover stuff from way more, way more, fuck, way back in the past. Before that, we'd be able to see if or civilization. We should be able to see that. I mean, the only other way would be if the government itself is trying to hide it or whatever. But at that point, don't we kind of have that kind of technology here as well? Who is this?
¿Cómo que cuál es el filtro de la frente, hijo de tu puta madre? Si así la tengo, me estoy quedando pelón a la verga.
Everyone is born with this delusion that they're bound to be a star, and 90% of people grow out of it gradually between elementary school and high school, just slowly realizing that they're probably not going to be a professional sports player slash entrepreneurial billionaire slash special forces operator all in one, and that they should probably recalculate their expectations out of life so as to avoid disappointment and getting laughed out of the room by their increasingly cynical peers. Not everyone lets the delusion go, though. Maybe 5 to 10% of people hang on to this delusion all the way through college. They refine it a bit. They accept that you can't be an astronaut and a professional basketball player, but besides that, they hang on to the core feeling that they truly are one of God's favorites, and because of this, they will achieve the sort of things that other normal people have to go to the movies to experience secondhand. If you can hold the delusion that you're special up until you're like 23 or 24, you'll probably never lose your grip on it. Some portion of these people who hold on to the delusion just go insane.
Yeah, I'd probably say that too. At the same time, if you're not actively trying to be the person or the that you're being delusional about in your head, then you're gonna live on with that delusional with your whole life, doing nothing. But if you're all striving to be like professional soccer player or whatever, or like a movie star, I mean, as long as you continue on doing it, even past your 20s. I mean, we've seen it in the World Cup. Bosnia, 40-year-old goalkeeper, one of the best goalkeepers yet. At the age of 40, he had like 50K Instagram followers. Now he's at damn near 30 million with brand deals with Off White and all that. Come on, man. If you're, but you have to be actively like chasing. You have to be actively chasing your dreams, even if it looks impossible. As long, I mean, you got guys in boxing. Like if I could name a few, I'm trying to think of some that started late boxing and they're world champions now. I mean, it's all just the mindset that you gotta have, just the mindset of. And yes, you do kind of do have to like work around it because you're an adult and life does come around, but it all depends on what the mindset you have.
This is a certified hood course. Damn, son. Damn, son. He's a war crime.
I fell down to earth.
If you believe in the biblical God, I want you to think about this concept for a second. If a dog picked up a marker somehow and wrote something down, you wouldn't need a handwriting analyst or a scholar to tell you that that is not something that a human produced. Anybody would be able to look at that and recognize that whatever produced it was not operating at an adult human level. This isn't some abstract concept. We see this in primates very consistently. When monkeys or apes produce written drawings or writings, it's pretty much immediately recognizable. It's not because we're so much smarter than them, but it's because cognition has a signature. The way you think shapes what you're able to produce. You cannot write above your own mental cognitive category. A dog wouldn't be able to accidentally write like a human would. A child would never be able to accidentally write like a fully grown adult. So whatever you are, cognitively and mentally, bleeds into everything you produce. So here's my question. So if a being exists that created the universe and is outside of time and has infinite intelligence and foreknowledge, this being would operate on a level so far beyond human cognition that we don't even have the mental framework to.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Hey.
So, you're going to...
I go undercover as an incel on the internet to practice behavioral profiling, and I've got kind of a rough one. Today, fair warning, we'll be talking a lot about pretty much every gross thing you can imagine, including the motivations of post-mortem manipulation and the psychological appeal of violence after death. All right, hairs up. I mind my business. I was doing research for a piece about eating disorder Twitter. Freaks. Nazi iconography made out of human limbs. What? I put my phone down. I looked to the side, kind of like Jim Halpert. I'm like, my vision's not great, but did I just see what I thought oh, I did. Okay, cool. Cool. What? I abandoned my eating disorder project. I'm like, okay, well, we got a little bit more pressing matters. I pick my phone back up, I avert my eyes from the pile of limbs, and I click on the profile. Before I even look, I mean, girl, I already know two things. Male and white, or male and dealing with some serious self-hatred. There's no in between here. Guys, guess what? They have 4 accounts. Don't worry. There's another account that's for gore. This isn't the gore account. Hooray. I pick my jaw up off the ground and I
That's the thing, bro. Like, all right, when a guy lacks the ability of getting pussy, bro, it does some insane shit to the person. And if you add on top of that negative trauma or like negative experiences that they had, not even with women, just overall with people in general, in regards to their looks or even their personality, because of just how they're not able to they're not able to what can I say? How do I say? They're not able to be a part of like communities because of how they look or how they act. And so the only communities that accept people like them would be races, um, neo bullshit, far, far, like deep, dark corners of the internet would accept those type of people. Because those people that are in those communities are also just like them. And so they have a sense of community and belonging in that. And I've honestly seen it myself. I'm not saying that I'm part of that bullshit. I've seen it. Seen it with my time on the internet. Um, and all of that stems from just from what I've seen, just like negative experiences overall. And it's like, bro, you want pussy, but you're also doing all this stupid bullshit that does not attract a woman, and it doesn't. And most people wouldn't fuck with you because you're doing that damn bullshit. If you really want at least friends, like mm, if you really want friends in real life, bro, just go outside and touch some grass and let go of all that damn nonsense online, all that racist bullshit, and actually go experience life for what it is. It's that simple. It is that simple, bro. And if you can't get pussy, it's because of the bullshit that you're on, man. Literally, it's the bullshit that you're on. You don't like. Yes, you could say, oh, but looks play a factor. Sure, looks do play a factor in a lot of things, but looks isn't everything. Because if you're a boring ass guy, then the girl, because overall people they go off of your energy and how you act or in how you are as a person. If they don't like who you are as a person, then of course they're gonna drop you. And if you're damn, I wouldn't say incel because you're an incel is like what voluntary celibate, but by in terms if we go by the terms of how incel turned, I would say like a loser. I say like a loser, bro. Like if you're a goddamn loser, then of course people are not gonna hang out with a damn loser. It's that simple. Just that simple.
Did you know that you can tell if someone's homophobic?
I think this guy may be asleep. Well, you just hate billionaires because you're jealous. Nope. Not even fucking close. Let me
Where's
explain
my
something to
damn
you, Cletus,
feed,
that you probably
bro?
don't know because you don't know how to
On
do
it
math that's not
froze.
spelled with a fucking E. Elon Musk's net worth has increased by about
Oh,
$500 billion
oh, my shit
since the day
froze.
Trump took office. If you do the math,
And it looks like it's not gonna work. Oh, let me exit. Um, what's going on, bro? Alright. Why is it just this guy's account?
I know where he at. I know where he at.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah. Sorry. I gotta go. I
Oh,
gotta
what
go
is
handle
this?
business. We gonna figure it. I'll be back.
You're not gonna come back.
Oh, this. Okay, so for context, you know what? Let's search it up ourselves. Let's actually search it up. Um, Black Boy Max. Yup. Let's search this up ourselves. So, if you guys don't watch any kind of streamer, I'm pretty sure everybody's seeing that. All those clips are fancy around. Um, and if you know about the history that Black Boy Max that has right now with him starting to show how he really is, not in a bad way, not in a bad way. I'm saying like his true self, because honestly, the fan base that he cultivated online is a fan base that's very, very, very against a lot of things, including the things that Black Boy Max is doing. And I'm pretty sure since now that he's big enough to the point where he actually feels more, I guess, comfortable in showing his true self, which is not bad, honestly. Very is good for Max. Playboy is good for Max, but um, the core of his fan base, which is very misogynistic and homophobic, they're clowning this guy, and honestly, sadly, it's sad to see how religion has affected a lot in terms of the effect it has on culture and the place that you grew up in. For example, in my case, I am Hispanic, I am Latino, and religion is a very core factor in our culture, and it has a lot of effects, a lot of negative impacts, and it does not align with a lot of things that you know we that are normal, that should be normal, and like for example, like if a guy likes a guy, then what's so wrong about a guy liking a guy without any religious context, without removing anything religious? Why is it wrong for a guy to like a guy, fall in love with a guy? Why is it wrong for a woman to fall in love with a woman? Let's remove all the religious stuff. Let's put that aside, and we just look at it just for how it is. Is there anything wrong? What kind of negative impact or what kind of impact is it having on your life to the point where you have to dehumanize those the you have to dehumanize the people. You have to dehumanize them and to the point where they're not human and you treat them like if they're animals for no reason. When at the end of the day they're humans. They're humans just like you're a human. They they you and them are the same. We both everybody bleeds red, everybody shits out their ass, and everybody pisses from out their body. We're all humans. So why is it so wrong? We're removing the religious context. Why is it so wrong for a man to fall in love with a man and a woman to fall in love with a woman? There's nothing wrong, bro. There's nothing wrong. Nothing wrong. And I don't give a damn if I lose followers or if I something in the future or something like this live stream resurfaces. I will always stand by it. There's nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong, and there should be a lot more. How do I say it? More not coverage. More damn. Like like I, I just don't know how to say, it, but just it's like it just doesn't make sense. And I'm not saying that Black Boy Max is LGBTQ or anything like that. I'm just saying like if a person is trying to express themselves and you're absolutely shitting on them the way that this guy shitted on Max, bro, it just shows that you're just an actual horrible human being. Um, and you gotta work on yourself for that shit.
You're a
This
diva.
is the clip in concept.
Why you wanna be a diva? Oh, some flash. Why you wanna be a diva? Some flash. You're a demon. You need holy oil, right? You need to sit down in the holy oil. You need to go get a church bath and cleanse your body, right? I think you are confused. I think you need some guidance. I think your parents feel a little way about that. I think you're clip farming and you getting your clips. You pushing the persona. You smart. You loyal. I know what you're doing. You know what you're doing. You've been at this. But you are not a diva. Divas bend over. I don't think you bend over. You're not the little boys in Clover. You're not Tota. You're not a diva. You are a grown man. Black Boy Max. Not Black Boy Batty. Not Black Boy Ass. Are you gonna tell your son that you are a diva? Daddy, what's diva? Hey, get the fuck out of here. That is an abomination, Max. I am not proud of you. I am proud of everything else you did. Nominations, changing the game, changing your skin to Baki Diva. Diva start with D. Diddy. What else? You know, it's like this, Max. And you know, I could.
Yo, holy shit, man. The thing is that this is the effects of culture and nah, I'm not saying anything. I'm not gonna be disrespectful. Look, I'm not trying to be disrespectful. I'm just trying to say it just shows the effects that religion has on culture. I mean, this is literally the effects of it. You're dehumanizing another person for trying to be themselves. I mean, it's damn 2026, man. Why are we still in such a religious psychosis? Look, I don't have anything wrong against religion, even with my negative experiences that I've had with religion. But at the same time, I do believe that we're at a certain point in time where we have so much goddamn information on everything in terms of religious and scientific and historical facts that could back up so many claims, so many things that goes up against and butts heads with religion, and more specifically in this case with the Bible, because this is what in context he's talking about. He's basing his absolutely nasty, nasty, nasty statements on. I mean, bro, like in the Bible, it literally talks about I don't even feel comfortable. It talks about very, very nasty stuff. Let's just put it at that. Let's just leave it at that. You could do research. I don't want to mention it now because I just don't know. I don't want to get banned. I don't want to get this type of content shadow banned in the future. I do want a lot of exposure in terms of this kind of stuff out there, right? But we are in a certain point in time where how in the hell are we still so bound by religion in a way like in this type of way? Now listen, you can have a healthy relationship, right? But when you go out of your way, you go and dehumanize another person for trying to be who they are or for being who they are, you talking to them like this, trying to say that they're going to hell, that they're an abomination to the eyes of God. That is absolutely disgusting and heinous. And you should be struck down by lightning. You should have your head on a chopping block for dehumanizing another human. Your head should be on the block and chopped off, man. It is that simple.
Speak like this because after the clips go up and they don't like me, I don't use social media no more, so I can be a crackhead for life. When you keep pushing that barrier, Max.
Yo, and this guy is calling him Diddy, bro. This man is calling this other man Diddy just because he's trying to be himself. You know how fucked up that is. The guy did, from what everybody knows, Max hasn't done any kind of Diddy bullshit, and yet just because he's expressing himself, he's being called Diddy. You can't be serious, man. You cannot be serious. You can't be serious. This is the actual bullshit that still is around. That's still around. You just you, you just can't. I just can't wrap my head around the bullshit that we're still on about in 2026. In 2026, we're on this type of bullshit. Come on.
Pushing that barrier. And time passes. What happens? What next? What's the next engagement? What's the next clip? Don't lose yourself. Don't sell your soul, Max. They want your soul because you changed the game. Don't sell your soul. You know I have a soul. You know I don't hold my tongue. You know you the first person that ever subbed me up as a big streamer in my chat. You didn't mention it. You don't know how much I appreciate you. But you bigger than that, nigga. Don't forget niggas like you for your personality, nigga. Is you crazy? You don't need to put on no persona, nigga. You broke through with music. Is you crazy? So niggas suck my dick. Niggas don't like you. It's like the character. But your main niggas like you. Don't let niggas rage bait you on your own stream. Is you crazy, nigga? You him, nigga. You not no diva, nigga. What the fuck? Oh, not drive that. That's not true. You putting the character too much. Fuck out of here. You not no diva, nigga. What the fuck? I'ma pop it because I'm not gonna get no comments today. Fuck what you talking about. I'm gonna get my pussy because I want to S-U. But I'm not no diva. You fly though. You got fire. I'll give you that. You have to die me on that. You got fire. I'll give you that. You fly.
So the reason I turned the camera back on is because I want to be real with y'all. Like, that's why I started doing shit in the first place, because streaming ability, I feel like, all right, streaming, give me the ability to do that.
I mean,
you know, fans, you don't care about it for real. You just will know it go viral.
That's the thing, man. At the same time, it's just the kind of fan base, and the kind of fan base that Playboy Max sadly cultivated himself. Not saying that it's his fault. I'm just saying it's just the kind of fan base that watches his clips and stuff. Um, and now that he's actually trying to express himself for who he really is and feeling comfortable, he's having backlash. Um, it's sad to see him being dehumanized just for trying to be himself. And I mean, the guys over here talking about how Playboy Max looks like, in the most respectful terms, he looks pretty zesty. But like as you can see in this comment, like look at this dude, bro. If you were to see this man walking out in the street and you're with your homeboys, and then your homeboys like, yo, that dude look a little zesty. You look at it, then you look up, and then you see this guy walking down, and you'll be like, yo, damn, he does look a little zesty. He do look like he take it up the butt too. Like that's what I see. That's what I see when I see this. I see this guy. When I see this, if I were to see this guy on the street, I would think that he takes it up his ass, and he has the audacity to go over here trying to dehumanize other people. Like, you can't be like, come on, bro, be serious, be fucking serious. It's messed up.
One thing I'm going to tell y'all is that at the end of the day, bro, OJ, you have my number. We've DM before. I've known you since 2020. And I've been having a lot of fun, bro. I've met a lot of cool people. You know what I'm saying? This year has been a year.
And yeah, like, bro, that's the thing, bro. This is why I personally, and like, I do respect if you have your own beliefs. I respect it. I respect it, man. And I won't hate on you. I don't hate. I don't hate on people with their beliefs. Your beliefs. I have my beliefs. My personal beliefs. My personal belief on this. I absolutely detest. I absolutely hate religion, man. Or in the sense that how religion is now and has always been. Now, I want to say not everything, because there is like Buddhism, for example, that there is good in Buddhism, a lot more good than there is in Christianity. And the thing is that it's so crazy because there's so many people that believe in Christianity, but they don't live by the way that they believe. They don't really believe in what they read. They just read it just to read it and just to like try and dehumanize somebody else and try to believe that they're better than somebody else because of the beliefs that they had. It's that simple. It's as simple as that. And you see, like so many people come in and out because of what I'm talking about, the beliefs that I because of because of this, and it's true. It is true. In the deepest form, like everybody knows, bro. In the deepest part of themselves, they know that it's just for them to feel better because they're in a community, in the majority of the community, like in the majority. And if they see an outlier, then they could easily go and they could dehumanize them because they're an outlier. I know this because I just experienced this. I experienced this recently, ever since I abandoned it all and I left behind. I myself was dehumanized. I was dehumanized, and I mean, I've always been dehumanized. Not on some Ikenoji bullshit, but personally, because even though even though I do sound a little bit stupid because of the voice and the accent and everything, but a lot of people say that I I'm I'm the brains of the family, the brains of most of whatever. I personally never believed that because of I guess my insecurities and because I just know myself. I'm not a brain. I know that if I do like if I study and stuff and I really do commit, then yeah, um I'll I'll learn a lot. That's the reason why I know stuff that I know because even though I am slow, I really do love learning stuff and but that's that but that's that. But I've always been dehumanized because I don't know I've always been lucky with a lot of the opportunities I've been given, and I've been taken advantage of because of that, and I've been dehumanized because of that. Um, and then I was way more dehumanized in a negative way because I abandoned the beliefs that I had. I grew out of it, I guess, and I learned the awful, disgusting things that I was believing in, and I was ashamed, and I just left that behind, and I just got shitted on. And I know I'm pretty sure I've been called a demon and a negative influence with people around me, which makes me very sad, very sad, knowing that what people think of me now. People now, and the thing is that since I was in a network of cult, most people that I know are in that, and now that I'm out of it, I'm just, well, I really don't have I don't have friends that I could talk to as much. I'm grateful and super grateful that I have the few that I have outside the religion, and they're so cool. They're so cool. They also help me a lot to get over and to get through the stuff that I went through, and I'm so grateful to have them in my life. I'm also very grateful to have my siblings as well in my life, and I mean without them, I wouldn't be sitting down in this chair having to stream and being able to talk about the stuff I'm talking about. I'd honestly probably would have blown my head off on some serious shit. I would have probably just ended it all. But because of because of them, I'm grateful that I'm getting in this chair, being able to talk about things I'm talking about. Um, but it, it's just, I guess, it's just a trauma. I guess trauma that I've had that makes me test it more than normal. The things I've gone through and so much things that I've lost because of the religious things. So much, so much things that I've lost. All the opportunities, all the goodness I've missed out on. So many experiences that I missed out on. Um, but what can I do? That's all in the past. The best thing I could do now is focus on the now, and at least the present now, it's a lot better. And I'm very grateful to say that it is a lot better, and I continue to hope that the future will have good for me and good for the people that I love life and I appreciate my life as well. But this is why I know I've been going on a tangent, on a rant with things, but this is why it makes me so pisses me off when I see shit like this. It just it just gets something out of me. Like there's I'd say there's like very few things that would rage bait me, and this is like one of the few things that would just pisses me off, man. Type of bullshit. Because just like even like even at the intelligence, even at the level that I'm in, and with intelligence, and I'm not smart, bro. Honestly, I'm a dumbass dude. I'm an idiot. But even I could see the absolute disgustingness and bullshit that's in a whole lot of stuff, especially in religion and stuff like that. And there's still people that still believe in that stuff, still believe in that BS. it's crazy. It's insane.
I know you told Kai you feel bad. You want to talk to me, but you don't feel bad. I don't believe you feel bad. I don't want to have a.
He's gay, isn't he?
And it's just sad to see. Like, you know what, bro? You know what? I think I'm done looking at this stuff. I am done. I am tired of looking at this stuff. You know what? I need some. I'm just go through.
I know where he at. I know where he at.
If you grew up anytime relatively close to the late 90s or early 2000s, you probably have a distinct emotional association with this song. This scene from Up, where we see the main character fall into and then eventually lose the love of his life in just a brief couple minutes, is famous to the point of trope. Capturing such an intense emotional story from start to finish in such a short amount of time is incredibly impressive, a feat of technical skill. And in revisiting Frieren Beyond Journey's End, I noticed that in episode 2, they capture an entire story in 9 minutes.
I'm not gonna lie, bro. One of my favorite songs that I love hearing is the "Strong and Up," one that we just heard. The one that's playing right now, that song is so beautiful. It just gives me nostalgia and like makes me think about past, of course, also the future at the same time. What could happen? Mostly like peaceful thoughts. That's what I love about that song.
I genuinely think religion interrupted people from experiencing how insane existence already is. You are a conscious thing, right now. You are aware. That alone should be enough to completely shatter people. You're on a rock, floating through space, born for no obvious reason. Somehow capable of love, music, grief, imagination. And instead of sitting with how absurd that is, humanity immediately went, there's an invisible ruler watching us. I never understood how people think that makes it less confusing. If anything, it makes it more confusing. Especially because the God people describe.
Would you say that you're a sunflower?
Ooh. You're just bored and you got nothing to watch. You got nothing to watch. Or like if you just feel like you're lost in something, you just don't have the answer to it. Watch Sunny Boy. Watch Sunny Boy. It is such a good anime. It is so good. It's been a while I watched it. I watched it like years ago. But oh my god, it's so good. I recommend that show if you don't have anything to watch or if you just lost in something, don't know the answer to. Watch Sunny Boy. It'll help out a lot. And it is not trash. Do not look at this. Don't listen to this. It is peak. It is 1000% peak. Trust me. Trust me.
I'd rather my son pick up nail polish than a gun. Yup. I see so much.
I wanna be and I'll put my feelings in it. Baby, how you doing? It's been a minute. Bitch, I'm riding around and the window's in it. We gon' hit up.
Explaining the iceberg of his. Before a window gets in. Explain. Before a window.
So God can't come down to earth and show himself to me to convince me that he's real, because that would ruin free will and the idea of having faith.
The Antichrist is a warmonger, and the end times will be fueled by division and hatred. Do you guys remember Devilman Crybaby? Devilman Crybaby is a show that I'm surprised I don't see brought up more in modern discussion of media, as the political themes in it become increasingly more and more relevant in modern day society. Although I don't know if I should be surprised, considering the biggest voices in the anime community are the ones who think One Piece isn't political. If they weren't ready for the politics of that, let me deliver another stun for you. The main plot of Devilman, interestingly enough, actually works as a backdrop to what's going on in these characters' lives. It's slowly there, building and building in the background until eventually.
I honestly don't remember much of Devilman Crybaby. It was a good show from what I remember. It's pretty gruesome though. It's very graphic. I could say that. But One Piece. As much as I hate and I slander One Piece, it has really good points. It has very good distinctions and relations from real life to from the anime to real life. But I will always continue slandering One Piece. One Piece is so boring. Honestly, ever like after I would even say the Sabaody arc, it fell off, and then it only came back up when it was the Whole Cake Island arc. After Whole Cake, straight ass, absolute ass. Um, Honestly, I feel like it should have ended way sooner. The Marineford arc was the peakest of peaks. It was a beautiful arc. Um, Even before that pre-time skip, beautiful. It was actually a very entertaining show. It was very entertaining ever since after that. I watched, mind you, I've watched all the way up to I'm still in Wano. I think around like 1000 or 900 and something, 970. But I had to drop One Piece, bro. One Piece was kind of mid. It was boring, honestly. I had to drop it. Look, I don't know why. Maybe I'll pick it up, but I just don't like One Piece. Ever since after Whole Cake, bros, it was kind of mid. It was pretty mid. Before Whole, I know it was Sabayori arc, and then it was another arc before Whole Cake. I forgot about that. Oh, the Dressrosa. Dressrosa was good. Dressrosa was good. I say Dressrosa and Whole Cake. That's it. That's the only two arcs that I like. After the time skip, and then pre time skip was Peak, and then Marineford was Peak, Sabayori. And then afterwards it was only Dressrosa, or unless Dressrosa was beforehand. I don't know, I forgot. But that's it. One Piece, I wouldn't say it's trash, but I'll say it's mid. It's a mid. It's mid. But you know what is a mid? Bleach. And there's only the main reason why it's not mid. It's because it has my beautiful queen Isane. It has her, bro. That's the only reason why One Piece is not good because they don't have Isane. That's why. That's why Bleach is always peak and will forever be peak. That's why. But I think I'll end the stream now. I hope tomorrow I will start doing the Persona stream. I'll start playing Persona again tomorrow. So just heads up. And then maybe like after maybe like at the end of the week. You know what? I think I'm gonna start doing that. At the end of the week I'm gonna have like a just chatting type live stream. Just talking about events and stuff like that. And maybe even start doing like deep dives on stuff like the code that I was in and other stuff as well that I know that are pretty interesting. Me at least. But that's about it. Oh. But that's about it. Yeah, by the end every weekend I might do like maybe half persona, half something else. Just something completely different. But that's it. See you guys tomorrow, I guess. Hopefully I could hop on persona.